Why Obama is the worst president of all time? Like, he's garbage. First of all, why do you have two first names? Barack Obama, like, come on now. That's not even normal. And
Obama he did too much of like literally nothing at all. The first 4 years in the office, he had the House and the Senate. Yeah. And he did not push for free healthcare. Trump did 10 times more than what Obama did in 8 years. And
Barack Obama thought he had it all figured out, but these folks had other plans. When the honeymoon phase was over, America had some thoughts, and boy, did they let him know about it. Here's what happens when the people say, we're done.
We don't need to wait for Congress in order to do something about wasteful spending that's out there. Cutting waste, making government more efficient is something that leaders in both parties have worked on.
So when Obama was cutting wasteful spending, it wasn't a problem. It wasn't an issue. But it's a problem because Donald Trump and Doge is cutting wasteful spending. Somebody's been a hypocrite. Somebody is being a hypocrite for real. Like, make it make sense. Please, I am trying. Make it make sense. Somebody, like, they caused all this chaos, but didn't cause the chaos when Obama cut wasteful spending. Okay.
Barack Obama gets called out after demanding brothers vote for Kamala Harris. So you had Barack Obama demanding brothers vote for Kamala Harris. Barack Obama ain't demand anybody else to vote for her. He ain't called nobody else out, just the brothers, right? Because brothers ain't allowed to vote for who they want to vote. Vote for their interests. Vote for what they believe will be best for them and their families. You know what I'm saying? They got to vote for Kamala because Obama said so. This is what I got from all that, man. So you had a lot of brothers calling out Obama. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like, boy, I know you ain't talking Obama like Obama. You was the swaggiest president. You talk a good game. Now, I give you that. You know what I'm saying? I give you that. But we don't want to hear all that, man. Brothers gonna do what brothers do, man. Everybody has the right to vote for who they want to vote for, not who Barack Obama tells them to vote for.
Barack Obama. Let me explain something to you, homeboy. You ain't my pappy. Your hair ain't even nappy.
I'm full Mexican, and seeing all these people getting deported and rioting and all this shit, it sucks, but it's part of the law. If you're here illegally, you will be kicked out. My dad was deported 10 years ago under the Obama administration, and people are not saying anything about that because he's not white or orange. Yes, it was traumatizing. Yes, it sucked. My parents willingly had me knowing that my dad could be gone one day. And honestly, it's a blessing because he sacrificed his generation in order to give me the opportunity to be here and make something of it. He's here back legally now, which everybody should try to do. But if you're here illegally, you got to know if you get kicked out, it's just part of the law. If you steal something from a store, you will be arrested. If you break a law, you will be arrested. If you're a Mexican here illegally right now, you just got to play the game and hide as best as possible. Survival of the fittest, that's just how the US works. I believe in peaceful protesting, but once it turns into violence, that's just too much. If you really hate this country so much and hate the leader and hate this and that, you should fucking leave. But you won't, because this country's so great that anyone in Mexico right now would take your spot. I don't stand for any of the violence, but I do stand for people standing in what they believe in.
Yeah, sorry, Trumpies, but Obama was the best president we ever had. He was so articulate. Obama is easily the worst president of the 21st century, and it's not even close. He's only popular post hoc because so many of you are so young that you actively don't remember what he was actually like. Number one, in no way was Obama actually articulate. When Obama spoke off the cuff, it normally looked like this.
Or the woman who I'm going a little off script here, but if you're voting, I mean, Even
He was not good at speaking, he was good at reading speeches, but people more clever than him wrote for him. Number 2, he wasn't even all that popular. In 2012, when he was running against Mitt Romney, he won the popular vote by 4%. I know Redditors have gaslit you into believing that he was a magnanimously popular figure, hated only by despicable racists, but he clung onto power by the skin of his teeth. And speaking of Mittens Romney, the contrast between him and Obama only goes to highlight why Obama was a uniquely terrible president, because presidents are judged primarily by their foreign policy. Then putting Libya to the wayside, pretending that never happened. Everything else Obama believed and did is now, in hindsight, and at the time, shockingly stupid. When he and Romney were debating, Mitt Romney said that Russia in 2012 was the greatest geopolitical threat to the United States. And Obama said, sweetie, sounds like you're stuck in the Cold War.
Ago, when you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not Al-Qaeda, you said Russia. In the 1980s are now calling to ask for their foreign policy back.
Which, you know, in hindsight and a few $1 billion and a few 100,000 lives later, was probably a bit of an oopsie. Probably a bit of a foreign policy oopsie. Wait, surely he was doing that because he wanted to reprioritize containing China. Oh wait, no, he wasn't actually doing that. And not only was he not doing that, he actually slashed the Navy budget, a number of Navy ships, to such an extent that the US could no longer ensure military superiority in the South China Sea. And when questioned on that, he said, yeah, we have less boats, we also have less horses. It's not the 1800s anymore.
And that we have fewer ships than we did in 1916. Well, Governor, we also have fewer horses and bayonets because the nature of our military's changed.
The US would later have to spend an atrocious amount of money building a lot of ships because it turns out, actually, yeah, they're kind of important. From Russia to Taiwan, every single foreign policy blunder we are currently dealing with germinated and originated in the failed foreign policy of the Obama era. He's so articulate.
Obama says every young boy needs a gay man in their life to teach them about life.
Look, I'm laughing because the headline makes it sound.
Don't scroll, let me explain. Basically, in their little podcast, Obama starts off by saying this.
a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy. One dad. No matter how good the dad is.
He can't be everything.
He can't be.
He then goes on to say that you would need a man who likes other dudes in order to teach you about empathy and kindness. All because his professor taught him that because his professor was one. Who you lay in bed with does not define if you are best to be a role model or not. It's about your principles as a human. Going off Obama's logic, wouldn't I just get a female role model? Because they're more in touch with their emotions than men? Like, genuinely, it does not matter if your role model is straight, gay, or whatever. It's about their principles. Who you lay with does not define if you will be a good role model or not. I don't know what Obama got going on, to be honest with y'all. But hey, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you guys feel like Obama, is spitting facts? Or what? My mom and dad taught me everything. You feel me? But hey.
When I was young, I used to jump for joy and say, oh yeah, Obama, black president, that's so amazing. He's the same color as me. But when I started to do more research, one of the biggest things I was confused about is, well, why is he a Democrat? What is a Democrat? I did more research about the Democrat Party. And sure, you guys are going to pop off about the head saying, oh, there's a party switch in the Southern strategy and all these things.
Which is true.
Which you may say is true. I don't believe it is true at all.
You're
I
wrong.
understand, you may think I'm wrong.
You are.
However, one of the biggest questions I had was, why is Obama in the same party as the people that started the KKK, the same people that voted against the Civil Rights Act, the same people that are on the news talking about how black people aren't able to accomplish anything and need to be on welfare and need to be promoted with affirmative action and things of that.
I'm going to say what a lot of people are thinking, but afraid to say. Donald Trump just held a press conference calling for the arrest of Barack Obama over the so-called 2016 witch hunt. And honestly, what does that have to do with making America great again? And this is exactly why I've stepped back from politics, because this is political theater. Let's be real. Trump and his team knows Barack Obama is never going to jail. As a former president, he's shielded by layers of immunity, legal, political, and systematic. And even if it wasn't, this justice system has never held the elite accountable. And as it is, it never will. So what's the angle? To keep us distracted, maybe. How about to keep us divided while they hold the power and they keep playing these mind games? Meanwhile, Americans are drowning. Fetty is flooding our streets. People are losing their body parts. Credit card companies are robbing families with insane interest rates. We need real economic relief. How about direct payments? You pay everybody else, a safer nation, a better future for our kids. But instead, they want us stuck on 2016. Get over yourself. Enough of this circus. Trump, you won. You got 2 terms. I voted for you. So how about you start reliving the past and make it count for something? This is how you really make America great again. I'm done playing this game with Trump, the administration, and all the rest of y'all. He needs to do better.
Somebody has to say it, so let me be crystal clear. Barack Obama is not the president of the United States. He does not have the authority to speak on behalf of our country, and he does not represent our people. And he definitely does not have the right to hold foreign meetings as if he's sitting in the Oval Office. For 8 long years, we watched him put America last. Then his policies continued destroying America under Biden for another 4 years. Biden, a puppet for everything Obama left behind. And now he thinks he can go globe-trotting, sitting at NATO tables, making promises to foreign nations. Excuse me, sir, no. We have one president at a time. And as of right now, that's President Donald J. Trump. If Obama is not smart enough to try to conduct foreign policy without the authority of the White House, he's not just breaking the law, he is violating the trust of every single American citizens who expect the election to mean something. The Hatch Act is clear, the Constitution is clear. And to Obama and everybody else who's trying to operate a shadow presidency, consider President Donald J. Trump's words your warning. You don't get to speak for us, and you don't get to act like you're in charge. America is taking its voice back. We don't need you. We don't need your failed policies or your backdoor diplomacy. Sit down, stay out, and remember, you had your shot and you didn't do a good job.
Y'all, Obama really committed treason. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to be the one to come out here on these airwaves and hold myself to the highest standard, not only holding the opposition accountable, but I gotta hold the people that I love accountable too. The Trump administration just came out and said that they have definitive proof that Obama, during his terms as president of the United States, fucking committed treason. And they just dropped that fucking proof.
I think it's about time that your boy Obama go back into hiding. I don't care about your story about your, professor who was a part of that community and used to put you in check and all that stuff. I can only imagine what subliminals you're talking about. However, my son don't need someone like that mentoring them. He has me, just like I had my father. Okay? So with you coming, first of all, nobody in the black community is listening to you at this point. I mean, you tried to come out here and lecture us about not voting for Kamala Harris. You lost all credibility there. And I know you're still going to have a large chunk of the Democrat Party who's going to rally behind you because they don't really like masculine men anyway. But you and Michelle, can go somewhere else with that because black people are not buying it. And it's crazy because those same black people that come to my page and call me all types of names like coon and Sambo and all this stuff because we're talking about Obama is the same people that would allow their children to be put in harm's way. You know what I'm talking about because the statistics don't lie when it comes to children being SA'd. I mean, after all, you are the same people that back giving medication to kids that'll alter their, we got to be very subliminal on this app. Don't want to anger anybody. But all due respect, former President Barack Hussein Obama, you should probably worry about who your children are around and why they want to drop your last name rather than trying to push something else on other families.
Yesterday, Trump posted this AI-generated video showing Barack Obama getting arrested. Full mugshot, orange jumpsuit, and everything. And guess what song it was playing? Yeah, that one. YMCA. Video shows the FBI cuffing up Obama, clown music playing in the back, and all the little coded imagery sprinkled in, like Pepper the Frog memes and red-pilled captions. And this ain't no bullshit. This was posted by Trump himself on Truth Social, right after he started accusing Obama of treason over the 2016 elections. He said Obama tried to take him down before he got in office. This is beyond internet trolling. This is AI being used like a digital weapon. Fake videos, fake evidence, real consequences. That's what happens when enough people believe that it's real. What happens when deepfakes become the new propaganda machine? You think we've seen chaos before, but this AI era about to flip this whole playbook. And here's the wildest part. So many people are eating it up. No questions, just click and repost. We're in a timeline where memes can spark movements, and deepfakes might decide the next election. So the question is, are we watching the future of politics or the end of truth? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Was that him just trolling or a full-blown play for control? Either way, y'all stay curious.
How much did Obama do for the black community?
Nothing.
You don't think he did a lot of good for the black community?
He didn't do nothing.
He didn't change your life positively, like?
He changed.
But he's black.
He spent 8 years. He spent 8 years giving the homosexual community all of our civil rights. We still need a little bit more. Dr. King and them fight wasn't for integration. It wasn't really to take the Jim Crow signs down. The initial fight, and it lasted for a while. The initial fight was equal rights and equal protection under the law. The Asians now have equal rights and equal protection because they have an Asian hate bill. You can't do nothing to Asians. The Jews, very well protected. Black Americans, not so. So when I look at Obama, he had an opportunity, but he don't connect with us. He don't relate to us because he's not a black American. He come from an African man who had a baby with a white woman overseas and raised by his white racist granddaddy and his loving white grandmama. He grew up without school dating white women. Michelle was a political move for him.
You think so?
He would never got elected had he had a white woman. That's why Kamala couldn't get elected. Ain't nobody vote for no black woman with no white man coming from our culture. Each with their own kind. If you want to lead us, each with their own kind. White America would never pick a white. Why you think that boy got kicked out of England with that black woman? You gonna come bring this to our bloodline? No. Hell no, man. That's why mama said you don't go around no baby with them people. You stay over here. Red birds and blue birds don't fly together, but they both birds. Each with their own kind. You can't be mad about that. So Obama could not relate to the black American struggle coming from the Nigger slave. He's not a seed of a slave. So why would he cry with us? He wouldn't cry with his people, homosexuals.
Those are his people.
Them his people. Man,
stop.
You saw what he, man, listen.
You think?
Yeah, he gave them the world. Them his people. How you recognize your kind? By their actions. Homosexual got actions. That's how you know they're homosexual. He with his kind.
You're saying Barack Obama's gay?
I'm speculating.
That's actually not my logic at all. My logic is most gay men think like women. And I know a lot of y'all are going to be mad that I said that, but that's what I see out in the world. Most gay men think and act like women. So I am a straight masculine man. Y'all can sit on here and talk about the piercings or whatever y'all want to do. I don't really care about that, okay? I ain't got nothing like that going on around me. People around me know what it is, so y'all can say whatever y'all want to. So when I want insight from a man, I'm going to go to a straight masculine man because a gay man doesn't think or act like a straight masculine man. So therefore, when I want that, I'm not going to go to a gay man for that insight. And also, like I just said, if a gay man thinks like a woman, when I want insight from a woman, I wouldn't go to a gay man for that. I would go to a woman to get a woman's insight. I wouldn't go to a man who thinks and acts like a woman to get insight from him. So that's why I'm telling y'all, a gay man has no role to play in my life at all whatsoever, because there is no perspective or anything that a gay man could give me that I couldn't get from somebody else who is straight. And that's not homophobic to say. That's just me saying, if I have the option, I have the freedom to make whatever choice I want to based off of whatever reason I choose to say.
Nigga, Obama, you gay as fuck. Yo, this nigga mad fruity, bro. Every man needs to have a gay friend. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? And you talking out of experience. Why? Why? How about every man need to get a job instead of being unemployed?
Respectfully, actually fuck that. What the fuck is Obama talking about? This nigga just got on national television, sat across from Michelle Obama and said, every boy needs a DL whisperer in their life. I don't want to get community guidelines, so what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, if as a man you need another perspective on what it's like to be that kind of man. Nigga, if I'm not gay, what the fuck do I need to know? Who is running these niggas? Who is running this show? Like, This has got to be some type of puppeteer show or something going on. Like, niggas have to be reading from a script at this point. What the fuck are you talking about? Every young man needs to get whatever you don't get you from your father, you get it from your mother on the feminine side, where you learn how to be more in touch with your emotions and your understanding. Like, why do I need a gay nigga to tell me anything about my fucking self? You weird ass nigga. Whatever them niggas was telling you, or whatever Mike be telling you, nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with the rest of America, bro. The last thing we need is a gay nigga giving us advice.
I mean, shame on you for expecting anything different from Barack Obama. I mean, when the man was elected, he was elected because the country was tired of the Bush administration, and a lot of the black community was waking up. So in order to pacify those cries, they gave you Barack Obama. So yes, they always had him picked to pacify black people. So his recent comments does not surprise me, because there has always been an agenda to push the alphabet behavior in specific communities. The problem is, no one in that community is really listening to Barack Obama. I mean, he sat there and let his wife drag him through the mud for the last 2 years. Him and his Democrat compadres accused Trump of being this dictator and evil deporter, when Barack himself deported millions, about 5 million to be exact, of illegal immigrants without due process. So the man has been a walking, talking contradiction since he was introduced to the black community.
Barack Hussein Obama, please have several seats, sir, or whatever pronoun you prefer. You've already served your 2 terms, and apparently it's hard for you to come to terms with the fact that you are no longer relevant. But you are no longer relevant. You were the biggest hoax that the elites pulled on this country, because we thought that by electing you as the first black president, although according to history, you are not the first black president of this country, but in our lifetime, we thought that by electing the first black president, that we were fulfilling the Martin Luther King, I have a dream, we shall overcome agenda, when we were actually undergoing a different agenda. You pushed your LGBTQIA LMNOP agenda across the globe, okay? You won the Nobel Peace Prize after several wars were started under your administration. And before any of you blacks come on my page talking about how I'm a sellout because I'm not going along with someone that's similar to my skin tone, there was a leader in Africa by the name of Muammar Gaddafi that was working on behalf of Africa and that did a lot for the African people, and even reportedly offered $1 billion some years ago to the Nation of Islam to help black people in our country, but our government would not allow them to receive the money because, of course, they don't give a damn about us. So this leader that did a lot for black people and across the globe was assassinated under or during the Obama administration. Okay. Also, Obama was what's called the deporter in chief. He deported millions of illegal immigrants, although the media doesn't like to bring that up. They only like to dwell on Trump. And he reportedly was behind the cages that those kids were in. Okay. We also remember how he tried to penalize us if we didn't get medical insurance, although they were giving illegal immigrants free medical insurance. So y'all can miss me with this, oh, because you black, I need to think and be for you. No, skin folks does not mean kinfolk, for the final time. And here recently, Obama was on videotape telling Democrats that they needed to get tougher. Okay, you tried to effeminize everything with your policy, sir. Do you want them to be tough or do you want them to be feminine? Make up your mind. And then told them to stop whining when you all were about to put a wino in office if you could have got away with it. Didn't even hold a primary, but was about to put a wino in office. So I would just say by now, Mr. Obama, you need to just go somewhere, please. Go somewhere over the